Life will hit you. Business will hit you. Relationships will hit you. Weak men complain. Winners adjust. Complaining fixes nothing. Bro, let me tell you the truth up front. Complaining is the favorite hobby of losers. You ever notice how broke men, lazy men, undisciplined men always got something to complain about? The government, their boss, the economy, their parents, their ex, always pointing outward, never looking in the mirror inwards. Meanwhile, the men you respect, the men you wish you could be, they are not crying about circumstances. They are adapting, adjusting, moving forward. That's the difference. Complaining is paralyzing. Adjusting is mobilizing. So today, we're going deep like we always do. I'm going to show you exactly why winners adjust instead of complain. How to train yourself to respond like a winner when life smacks you in the mouth, and why your ability to adjust will determine whether you succeed in business, relationships, fitness, money, and even your mental health. Here's the truth about complaining. Let's break it down. What is complaining? It's emotional vomit. It's verbal proof that you've surrendered your power. When you complain, you are saying, I don't have control. I don't take responsibility. I'm the victim here. And guess what? Life doesn't reward victims. Life rewards fighters. Complaining does one thing really, really well. It makes you weaker, because every second you spend whining, you could have been learning, adapting, fixing. Think about it. Have you ever met a man who complained his way into greatness? No. But you've met plenty of men who complain their way into mediocrity, depression, and brokenness. Winners see problems differently. Here's what separates winners. When problems show up, they don't see them as walls. They see them as puzzles. Business slowed down? A loser complains about the market. A winner adjusts his strategy, learns new skills, finds new leads. A girlfriend leaves? A loser complains about women being untrustworthy. A winner adjusts by leveling up, fixing his weaknesses, becoming so strong she regrets leaving. Your body's out of shape? A loser complains about genetics. A winner adjusts by hitting the gym, fixing his diet, and putting in the reps necessary. The problem isn't the problem. The problem is your perspective. Here's what people don't notice, and here's why complaining can become so addictive. Let's be real. Complaining feels good in the moment. It gives you attention, sympathy, validation. It feels like you're doing something, but it's fake progress, fake control, like junk food. It tastes good now, but it rots you over time. Every time you complain, you reinforce weakness in your brain. You wire yourself to default to excuses instead of solutions. That's why adjusting is hard at first, because winners train their minds to respond with action, not whining. You have to learn to adjust. Adjustment is a skill. Winners aren't born with some magical ability to adapt. They build it, they practice it, they train it. Adjusting is a muscle. You train it every time you do these things. Stay calm under pressure. Think instead of react emotionally. Seek solutions instead of validation. Take responsibility instead of shifting the blame on something else or someone else. Every time you do this, you get stronger. Every time you complain, you get weaker. So how do you train yourself for adjustment to complaining in real life? Let's get practical. I'll give you some steps. Catch yourself complaining. First step is awareness. If you hear yourself blaming, stop. Mid-sentence if you have to. Flip it into responsibility. Instead of, why did this happen to me? Ask, what can I do about it? Make micro adjustments fast. Winners don't wait a week to fix a problem. They adapt today. Detach emotion. The calmer you stay, the clearer you think. Adjustment requires clarity, not drama. And then you have to review and refine. Winners always analyzed what worked, what didn't, and then adjust again to what was winning. This is the loop, the sequence. Awareness, responsibility, adjustment, review. Run this loop every day when you're faced with complaining until you work yourself out of it. The greatest people have adjusted. Common names that almost everyone knows. I mean, let's think about it. Business titans like Steve Jobs. This guy got fired from his own company. He could have complained. Instead, he adjusted, started Pixar, came back to Apple, and inevitably changed the world. On the same device you're probably watching this video on. Think about athletes like Michael Jordan. Got cut from his high school team. He could have whined. Instead, he adjusted by training harder than anyone alive. You all know how that turned out. Think about your own life, the setbacks you've had. If you've had adjusted faster instead of complaining longer, where would you be right now? That's the question you need to sit with. As men, we have this masculine imperative to adjust. Men are built to lead, to protect, to build. You cannot do that if you are stuck in victim mode. A man who complains is not a man who inspires respect. He's not a man a woman feels safe with. He's not a man other men want to follow. But a man who adjusts, that man earns respect. He creates stability. He solves problems. He leads. Adjusting isn't just a success strategy. It's your duty as a man. Let's hit relationships real quick. Nose itch. Nothing kills attraction like a man who complains. Women don't want a man who whines about life. They want a man who adapts, who makes her feel secure, who turns problems into opportunities. If you keep complaining about your job, your boss, your circumstances, don't be surprised when she checks out. She signed up for leadership, not victimhood. Adjust and she'll stay inspired. Now let's touch on business. The market doesn't care about your complaints. Your clients don't care, your competitors don't care. The men who adjust are the ones who thrive in recessions, in crises, in disruptions. The complainers, they go bankrupt. If you're an entrepreneur or investor, burn this into your mind. Complaining doesn't pay, adjusting does. So here's the challenge. Man to man, hombre to hombre. That's about the only 2 words of Spanish I know. The next time life smacks you, and it will, you've got to choices. Cry about it like a victim or adjust like a winner. Winners don't waste energy on blame. They take that same energy and redirect it into solutions, into growth, into dominance. Stop complaining. Start adjusting. That's the law of winners. If this hits you, do me a favor. Like the video, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I got a ton of it. And share it with a brother who needs this truth. And remember, every second you complain, you could have been adjusting. Winners don't complain. Winners adjust. Until next time, peace.